In evolutionary anthropology, there's a couple of concepts that I was recently going over. One of them is the concept of pseudokinship, and the other is the flip side of that, pseudospeciation. As we know, animals tend to cooperate and engage in more pro-social behaviors when the other person or the other animal is more closely related to them, with kin. Pseudo-kinship is the idea that there are certain social behaviors that animals can engage in which make even unrelated animals treat each other as if they are closely related, a pseudo-kinship. In humans, this can often be seen with the example of religion, where people of the same faith will sort of act like they're closely related, like a close-knit community. They sort of have this kinship with each other, a brotherhood, a sisterhood, and such. And that makes them more likely to cooperate and help each other and things like that. The flip side of this is pseudospeciation, where because you have this in-group forming, anyone that's not part of that in-group becomes the other, right? So you create this us-them dichotomy, this tribalism, this otherization, and that is pseudospeciation, where you almost treat that other group that's not part of your in-group as if they're a different species. This can even lead to things like dehumanization and such and such. I was going through this stuff, and it reminded me of a quote from Imam Ali, which is from a letter that he wrote to Malik al-Ashtar when he had just appointed him the governor of Egypt. In this letter, he was basically giving him advice on how to handle the governorship. And one of the lines from that letter is where he said that remember that people are of two types. They are either your brothers in faith or they are your equals in humanity. This line, to me, very perfectly and succinctly captures the concepts of both pseudo-kinship and pseudo-speciation. When the Imam says people can be brothers in faith, this is pseudo-kinship, right? Brothers in faith. So that will increase pro-social behavior and cooperation in the in-group. Then, when he says that either brothers in faith or equals in humanity, that, to me, is like a counter to the potential pitfall of pseudo-speciation. So yes, take the positive of in-group cooperation, but avoid the pitfall of out-group otherization and discrimination. Just some food for thought.